jump ball. You can't jump with me, ball and jump, man. Touch hands, we about to bump then. Better bang yours. This ain't happen overnight. Game time. Game time. Game time. Yeah, it's game time. What I want for Christmas too. Does the same time with me, it's game time, but
we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. Here, he's past the 30, and he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, Scott. Dragon, Cowboy 80.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 40-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. This short throw caught by Goddard. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Bronco 80.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. On 3rd down, Robinson. And some room to work. Taking it right down Broadway. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. Give him 3 on 1st down. 2nd and 7. This defense for the Bills, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Here we go, Scott. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Richardson looking to throw this. He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Broncos had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Here we go, here we go. Liking 18. Go.
Now Richardson back to throw it. They'll roll him out right. An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play, move on.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Mustang 19. Dragon 60.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. You look at this Buffalo defense, they're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to it. Ball tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Richardson to throw again after the pick six. Pass complete. Luther Burden. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 79 Broncos.
Now it's Richardson. They'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Bills are in great shape here as they take over at the 36-yard line.
Partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Come on. Set. Ready.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. first down, but not before getting this inside the 25. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
And the Bills first down.
Let's go now.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Liking 18.
He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal.
Get it. Coogan.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
On the jump.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Ready. Come 19. 70 Lions. Ready.
Richardson. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, here we go.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Able to find the open. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it. And not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard until they break that goose egg.
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that tells you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again. Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Viking 18. Mustang 19.
Richardson going on 4th down. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Richardson looking to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught. Huge play there for Denver. 59 yards.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
Again, it's Richardson. Steps away to his left. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Let's go.
Now Richardson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jaden Blue, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos are back within a score. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Muscles by at the 25. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for it here on this drive. From the 33, here's 2nd and 5.
Come on. Hey. 70s, go.
He'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's when you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? No. You can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it. Brandon, I won't go overboard here, but it looks like he's off to another nice start after what he did last week when he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, obviously a great start to the season, doing it in week 1. He's one of those guys we maybe had pegged for a big year, showing out so far.
And you did say that to me in preseason. Looks like you're on target.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Richardson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Cup 19. Cup.
Again, he'll drop the throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they got themselves a first down.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
And this was a little bit of the knock on him coming out of college. Sometimes the concentration could wander a bit. This should have been a big play, but somehow he's not able to corral it.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Richardson. Drops it to Blue, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him on the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Flushed out right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, are microcosm. Touchdown, Broncos! Elijah Arroyo as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
An excellent gain, 35 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Jackson Smith-Njigba in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills have regained the lead. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for him right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Ready.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And it is caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 58 yards.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Here we go. Dragon 60. 60 Vikings. Ready.
Back to throw. Richardson escaping the pressure right. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Just too much air on the ball, and that's a missed opportunity in a game where you don't have many opportunities left.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
79 Broncos. 2. Bronco 80. Ready.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Richardson now on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say they've made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one. Not got another turnover on his luxury.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And that will tie things at 17 all. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Come to the line to start their next drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have broken the tie. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Already speed limits out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, nice move. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Second down and 8. They'll drop to throw. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. Only able to gain a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now this air down deep for Reed. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Jaden Reed, 71 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from drawing level. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
19 tight.
Looking to throw. Richardson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be brought down right there after the catch at the 34. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Gravity Lions. Ready.
Off play action. Richardson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I've got this many seconds to find the target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and he'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Come on. Set, Dragon 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Richardson working from the gun. He hits Blue. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. A good pickup there of 22.
I tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
19, Tiger, 19.
Richardson looking to throw this. Now they go screen. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Bronco 80.
Richardson out of the shotgun. Eluding the pressure right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
19, 70. Come 19, Hawk 70, Hawk 70, go.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Flushed out right. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
A 21-yard attempt.
And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Come to the line to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive, there he goes left side. Looking Bills use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the fourth quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the fourth quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Richardson going up top. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Here comes the pressure for Richardson. To the left side, catch made by Arroyo. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Back to the air with Richardson. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Keon White got in there for the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Here we go. Set. Crack all 80. Ready.
Now it's Richardson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
19 tight, 19 tight, 19 tight.
And Richardson yet again. Pass caught by Burden. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Brings up third down.
70 Timberwolves. 18 Pioneer.
Richardson. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
And that's a tough one for the defense because the coverage was good downfield. He was forced to work his way out of the pocket to his right, spotted his man on the sideline, and got it to him to pick up the first down on 3rd down.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Viking 18. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
They go with Blue between the tackles. Showed off the juke, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They go again with Blue. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
70 Timberwolves.
Back to throw. Richardson eluding the pressure right. Touchdown! From 8 yards out. And the Broncos answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. They do tack on the extra point as well. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This is 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Romney, 19, Cup 19.
They'll look to throw. This is Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Here's 2nd down.
68.
On the counter, this is Robinson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. He'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
He's back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
And he's got Smith and Jigba. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Let's go now. Gravity lying.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Here comes 2nd down.
Come on.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Here's 1st and goal.
Get it. Panther 60. Panther 60. 19 tight. 19 tight. Go.
Back to throw. The quick slant caught. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Second and goal from the 1.
Ready. Cougar 19. Hurt. Dragon 60.
Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
On the ready.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
Ready. Hawk 70. Hawk 7. Rig. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
One last shot for Richardson. This for all the marbles. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for, but couldn't secure it. And this one's over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Bills, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.